Welcome back to the first ever NCAA Beach Volleyball Tournament. I'm standing by on court 3 with Pepperdine head coach Nina Matthews. You are a legendary figure when it comes to the sport of beach volleyball, a trailblazer of the sport nonetheless. How far have you seen this sport come in your first ever NCAA tournament today?
It's just absolutely amazing.
Described it as perfect when it comes to the sand of Gulf Shores, Alabama, which can often vary from coast to coast and beach to beach. Here, it's not too shallow, not too deep, so expect a lot of mobility from the athletes today. Joining me now is Kelly Clays, the newest national champion. You just made history for your team winning the first ever NCAA national title. Describe this moment.
I can't even begin, oh my God, to describe how happy I am with every one of these girls out here.
How exactly was your team able to get it done against the 1 seed Florida State today?
You know, we came out really aggressive.
So a big key for Florida State today is going to be serving them aggressively, but we will expect this to be nothing short of high-level competition as we reflect back to March 11th. That's exactly what it was between these two teams, but actually that one came down to the 3 pairs, so it's going to be a total team effort in this one, and of course, it's also going to come down to which team manages the elements better, and for more on that, we send it to Olympian Nicole Brana. The opportunity lies ahead to make history for your program with the first ever NCAA title game ahead. What would a national championship mean for your program?
I think it would be huge. Actually, the athletic department's putting a little pressure on me because our new athletic director every year.
When you look at this matchup, yesterday you told me this team is still an underdog to USC, but why do you believe that your team can pull off a national championship game today? Starting with the #1 pairs in the country, that is the Seminoles, Jace Pardon and Julie Brown. Jace Pardon has a personal connection to this rivalry, the Manhattan Beach, California native, one of the best players in the country. She's actually the only active player to have been around since the inception of the college beach volleyball, which happened in 2012, but they're gonna have to bring it against arguably the best pair in the entire country. That is Kelly Clays and Sarah Hughes, currently undefeated. They hold themselves to an entirely different standard. And Marie, clearly wind's still a factor down here, but I spoke to the Florida State girls before this matchup. They said they lost to Hawaii previously in the season, but it was a completely different pairing that they matched up against earlier on. So this is a brand new matchup for them. They're cool, calm, and collected. Thanks, Anne-Marie Brooke. It doesn't get much better than this. The top seed and the 2 seed going at it. What was your message to your team heading into this semifinal match?
You know, I just want them to play like we've been playing all year.
As you see, Hawaii's going on a little bit of a point streak here. When I spoke to the Florida State girls before this, they said they were a little wary about being on this bad side of the wind. The big key for them on this side is to keep the game simple and short, as they told me before the game. Welcome back to court 3. It's neck and neck between Arizona and Georgia State, particularly in favor of Georgia State. You and your partner haven't lost a match all season long, and now you get to wrap it with a national championship. Describe this atmosphere and how this puts the cherry on top for you and your teammate.
It's the cherry and sprinkles and all the fudge in the world.
And where Florida State got in trouble was on the defensive side of things. Hector Gutierrez mentioned to his team, you need to stay stopped on defense and then react to where the ball is going. They're just on the move a little too much, Anne-Marie.
We're going to be okay.
Nina, you mentioned this is one of the most fun seasons you've had as head coach. Why is that?
I have just a great bunch of girls.
One player that stood out in this match so far has been Milani Pickering. On the defensive side of the ball, is not letting much drop. She's reading and reacting the ball well. The biggest key for the side of Arizona is to stay consistent and to limit their errors. That's right, Kelly. That is the semifinal match happening today between the 1 and the 2 seeds in the Florida State Seminoles taking on the USC Women of Troy. Well, as we look at the scope of this matchup, not only is it a rematch from yesterday's winter bracket semifinal between these 3 pairs, it's also a rematch of March 11th when Florida State and USC were tied 2-2. This 3 pair, Sierra Sanchez and Vanessa Frady, won that match for their team, snapped USC's 19-match winning streak at home. Now they just tied up this set 1-1 with a national title on the line, and we couldn't ask for a better atmosphere.
I think my girls are ready to compete.
You've seen this team before on March 11th. It was a dogfight then. It's going to be a dogfight in this one. What's the single key for a Seminoles victory today?
I think we just have to be patient.